Hey, bye, it's me, Ian. And in today's video, well, I'm continuing my look at The X-Files. And this is now the third season. And this is Clyde Bruckman's final Repose from 1995. Now, previously we'd had DPO, and the next one after this will be The List. So this is season 3, episode 4, and it's an award-winning episode. Yes, this is considered one of the great X-Files stories, and it's a standalone episode. It's not part of the mythology. It was transmitted on the 13th of October 1995 on the Fox network, and on the 26th of March 1996 in the UK it was transmitted on Sky, and on the 3rd of October 1996 in the UK it was transmitted on BBC Two. Now, this is written by Darren Morgan, who is a massive contributor to The X-Files, great writer. It's also directed by David Nutter, who in these early years was a massive contributor to The X-Files. In season 1, he directed Ice, Beyond the Sea, Lazarus, Shapes, Tombs, and Roland. And in season 2, Little Green Men, Blood, 3, Firewalker, and Irresistible. Season 3, Too Shy, Nisai, and Revelations. So a great contributor in these early years of the X-Files. Fantastic. The producer, of course, who looks over it all, is, of course, as usual, Chris Carter. And the music is by Mark Snow, as always. Location filming is in, of course, British Columbia, Canada. It's always there, isn't it? And what a great location it is. It's always fantastic. Just wonderful locations. Now, this was originally written, this story, for Bob Newhart in mind, but in the end, of course, it went to Peter Boyle. So let me just go through the cast as well. We have got, of course, David Duchovny as Fox Mulder. We have got Gillian Anderson as Dana Scully, and that's it. There's none of the other members of the cast in The Conspiracy or Lone Gunmen, Smoking Man. No, none of them. This is, the Monster of the Week kind of episode, as they're known as. Now, the main headline here is that we have got Peter Boyle, who plays Clyde Bruckman, who has an amazing amount of films that he was in. Wow. I mean, what an actor to have. And what a career he had as well in film and television. Films. Steelyard Blues, 1973, Slither, 1973, Young Frankenstein, 1974, where he played the monster, Taxi Driver, 1976, Hardcore, 1979. That comes up quite a bit. Outland, wow, what a film, 1981. Red Heat, 1988, Arnie film. He was in Malcolm X, 1992. He was in The Shadow, 1994. He was in The Santa Claus, 1994. He also played in The Santa Claus 2 in 2002. Dr. Dolittle, he was in that, 1998. Scooby-Doo 2. Monsters Unleashed, 2004. Was great, amazing films. He was in the Santa Claus 3, of course. So he's in 2, and he's also in 3, which is from 2006. And then he's really well known for appearing in some TV series, and the main one that he was in was Everybody Loves Raymond, which ran between 1996 to 2005. 210 episodes, wow. And he played Frank, and he was really brilliant. I've seen some of those episodes. He's great, absolutely wonderful in those. So that is Peter Boyle's wonderful career. Sadly, he's no longer with us, but what a career he had. And he's great in this episode. He really makes it, and you can see why it's an award-winning episode. Then we've got Stu Ciano, who actually plays the killer. He was in Friday the 13th, Part 2, 1981. He was in Christine, 1983. These are great films, aren't they? And then he was in Sleepwalkers, 1992. And he was in the documentary Crystal Lake Memories, playing himself, talking about his role in Friday the 13th, Part 2 in the documentary. And that was 2013, that documentary. Fantastic. So that is the cast. Now, what is this story about? Well, we get a series of murders of psychics and fortune tellers, and we see the fake ones come in as well, involved in all this business, and it's quite obvious the fake. But then we come across this insurance man, who is Clyde Bruckman, who, well, he foresees how people are going to die. It's something that is just there. I don't think he quite understands why. I don't think anyone knows why he's got this, but he can see when people are going to die. And, of course, that is quite a thing, isn't it? Obviously, it's a very chilling thing to have. Of course, I think what makes this interesting is him as a person, concentrating him. So even though we've got the case with the actual killer, it's actually concentrating on this character, Clyde Bruckman, and it's just amazing. I think it is. You can see why it was an award-winning story from the performances. And you have here a sort of philosophical kind of story. In have we got free will, or are things determined? Is it a fatalistic approach where we can't change things and everything's determined, or can we change things? I love that idea, and we've got it here right in front of it. And you just think, wow, this story is the X-Files really stretching itself and producing some great stories, and this is, and that's why it won an award. Easy to see why, and when you see it, you think, yeah, this is quality, real quality writing, direction, acting. It all comes together beautifully, and that's why it won an award. I just love it. Oh, this is what I think is one of the reasons why I love the X-Files, because it kind of has a lot of different styles in the genre that we're looking at. And this is a good example of giving another different style and the way of looking at these wonderful stories that the X-Files tells. And that's what makes it such an outstanding series. Certainly 90s TV like this is just fantastic. It's an amazing series. In many ways, for me, it's one of the last great TV series. There has been some great ones. You could say Lost is one like that, but this, the X-Files, was just the quality of what you've got here, the production. Okay, I think maybe people will argue that it got to later on, it lost some of that in the later seasons, but here it is just at the height of great writing, great acting, great storytelling. So what more can I say? This is highly recommended, as all these stories are. So before I go, I'd just like to, as I always do, show you the third season little box set within the big box set. I always say that, don't I? But there it is. The back there, look at the back there, because you've seen the front quite a bit. But I love these box sets, and there it is. It's a great box set. I really love them. And that's it. Yes. So, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and then we'll let you know when I produce these videos. And you can look in the playlists and see all the other things that I do. I do a lot of films, I say TV shows, and some music. You might find something you might enjoy. And if you like this video, please give this video a like. If you give it a like, it gets it out onto YouTube so other people might enjoy it. And also, if you've got any comments, please put your comments down. I love to read your comments, and I'll always answer them. And that's it. Yes. So, all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.